Okay, so the goblet box squat is a great way to really learn and master the basic squat pattern. The reason we use the box in this particular instance is because we want to establish how low you can squat before you start losing your spine position. So what we would do within this, if I do this just to the side first of all so that Chris can see around here, is that as I squat down, I'm going to use a mirror, or I could film this and get someone to give me some feedback, is how low can I start to squat before this starts to round or I lose position. I'm then going to ideally try and set a box to roughly that height. Now you can find either adjustable boxes whereby they have clearly different heights, right? That's pretty easy. That we can adjust this to find out where is a challenge for you. Sometimes we can see behind us that we've got actually different height ones for things like box jumps. They can be useful for the same thing. Sometimes you'll even find steps, the kind that you would find in like a step class, and you can figure out and just build that to the right height for you to squat to. So you've got options. You can even use a bench if you've got kind of nothing more, and put things then on top of that bench. But generally speaking, we're trying to find a box that's roughly a challenge for you to squat down to, but that you can still maintain a good position without loss of the spine. Once we've got that, the goblet position is simply holding a weight in front of us. We could use a kettlebell or a dumbbell for this. Well, you could use a dog or a child, really, if you wanted to, but generally we go with a kettlebell or a dumbbell. If we're holding a kettlebell, we can either hold it by the bell or by the horns. Doesn't really matter too much. I find as it gets heavier, it's easier to hold it underneath here than it is by here, which feels a bit more like having to do a curl. But in this example, when we're just getting used to it, it doesn't make too much of a difference. So all we're going to do from here is just lower ourselves under control, pause on the box, so we're going to hold that position. What I'm not doing is chilling out in here. It's not a passive range of movement. It's an active range that I'm stopping in. So I'm stopping at my end range. That's generally the idea. So this is as low as I can squat, and I want to actively hold myself in this position, and then I'm going to drive up from there. I go back down, hold that position, and drive back up from there. The rules, as with all squats, apply. I don't want to see the knees collapsing together. They stay out, keeps our glutes turned on a little bit more. We don't want to just be so knee heavy that I get nowhere near the box. My hips have to sit backwards on this line in order for me to find this position, and then I squeeze myself up. In other words, I'm not dropping onto the box, and I'm not throwing myself up. Every part of this should be good and controlled, so that once we've mastered the paused goblet box squat, we can progress this on to freestanding squats without the box, and we know how to control it, and then we can take it up to barbell variations as well. But first, getting to grips and getting really good at a goblet paused box squat allows you to progress to the other squats really, really effectively.